evening. Welcome back to BoomerRexTonight, your nearly daily source for news and politics. I hope you had an amazing weekend. Let me introduce Mr. Boomer Rex himself.
Hey, yeah, weren't you supposed to check something in the kitchen?
He's, of course, our boomer asshole.
Hi.
A millennial, and I am RisenLadyHeathen, a female millennial. They both eat, sleep, and breathe politics, and I'm learning. Tonight we have a short show for you. We're calling it Monday Just the News. So let's dig right into our headlines. Let's start with It's Always Florida.
It really is.
It's always Florida.
So
That is
Florida
what made
man,
living in Florida fun.
Oh, God, yeah.
Florida man jumped out of a stolen car seconds before it was hit by a train and slammed into the side of a house where people were all asleep. I imagine they woke up pretty shocked. Anyway, he was later arrested. He was later arrested because he claimed he stole the car in, quote, good faith to search for his own vehicle after leaving a bar early Saturday in Martin County, which is 50 miles north of West Palm Beach.
Shit, that's a good argument. I mean, you're going to jail for sure.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, he got stuck on the railroad tracks in the path of the oncoming train. Yeah. Then he tried to steal a forklift
Well, that was to lift
from
the
a nearby
car.
fruit stand, which he also vandalized.
Well,
Anyway, he was arrested after flagging down responded deputies to let them know he was still looking for his car.
bath salts, it's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, was
Right.
he just that drunk? Like,
Oh my God.
God.
This is what happens when you smoke that artificial marijuana. Weird
It's
shit.
Florida, dude. I'm telling you, it's Florida.
Salvia? Is that what it is?
Man. No. No, spice and
Alpha,
K2.
what's its name on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Johnson & Johnson, a fuck your family company.
Oh, God,
That's
this
your
makes me
new
so
headlines.
incredibly angry.
Love it.
So anyway, Johnson & Johnson is facing a number of lawsuits over cancer, which I think is related to their baby powder. But the honest truth is I don't give a shit.
And talc.
Yep.
And talc.
Yeah,
well,
'cause
they-
asbestos and...
They put talc in their baby powder, which you're not supposed to do because talc is really bad. But they claimed there was no talc in the baby powder.
Ah.
They claimed to
okay.
have taken it out years ago.
See, if people pay attention, they know these things. Me, I just don't care.
Yeah, I raised a kid, and my doctor always said use Gold Bond because they never put talc in it ever.
Ah, okay. So anyway, here they are facing these cancer lawsuits. And they created a plan to limit the financial bleeding from the billions of dollars of jury awards to plaintiffs that allege the company's baby powder and other talc products caused deadly cancers. So anyway, they set up Project Plato.
You have to
Memos
quote the
in the
lawyer.
company, the lawyer warned the team, tell no one, not even your spouse. It's critical
Oh, write that
any
memo, bro.
activities related to Project Plato.
Wait.
including-
Weren't we talking about the whole concept of don't write down your crimes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That right there, this is the kind of thing, and we ought to just break one of them, just nuke one company. This is RICO,
Yeah.
right? They have turned their corporation into a criminal enterprise, which invalidates their corporate charter, which invalidates their corporate protections, destroy everyone involved, impoverish the board members.
Yeah,
Right.
and I don't know if Johnson & Johnson's still on it, but fuck them over forever.
Yeah. Oh no, Johnson & Johnson for that motion.
Yeah.
That motion itself should be
No,
right.
when you started that, right, you began a criminal enterprise and you lost all of your shields.
Yeah, because otherwise, right, you wouldn't have had to write the memo saying, "Don't write any more memos after this."
Here's the fun part. How much you want to bet that they're gonna get away with this
Oh, fuck
shit?
yeah.
I bet so much money they're gonna get away with this shit.
So the idea, right, was to collect up all the 38,000 lawsuits, screw them to a new subsidiary with no resources, and then cut them loose.
And claim
And then it would-
bankruptcy.
and
Yeah.
Retroactively
bankruptcy.
build a litigation shield, which is why real lawyers don't do it this way. Real lawyers do this up front, right? Oil companies, the ships that carry the oil that run into stuff, they belong to almost no one, and the corporation they do belong to has sold as mortgaged everything they own.
Right.
So you can own to have some tenth
Nothing
of a
but debt.
debt.
Yep. Anyway, the idea was that the plaintiffs would wind up fighting over a tiny pool of money from the bankrupts.
Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
Now, Johnson & Johnson should be, first of all, nobody should ever buy Johnson & Johnson products anymore. Second of all, the whole company should collapse. Just be taken apart piece by piece by piece, and Johnson & Johnson should, that's why my new slogan for them, instead of their whole thing of Johnson & Johnson, a family company. No, a fuck your family company. And you guys are stuck with it forever. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, modern American capitalism's a really good thing.
Right.
Well, I tell you, it built a great country.
The dumb part for this, and it's why there is actually a hard cap on how angry I can get at the fact that Nazis are in the street. They were driven there by the exact same things that drove them there last time.
Absolutely.
Right, we saw what the 30s of, terminal
Guys.
capitalism,
Working folks
and that's where we are.
have every right to be angry.
Yeah.
And the Republican Party insists on making them angry with each other because that's how you get the job done and continue to give the
At
tax
least
breaks to the ultra-rich and get the wonderful contribution.
And at least the Republicans address the fact that you should be angry. Democrats say, no, hold on, in 4 years when the thing comes in and we'll do a little bit, and cool. That's why we can't unfuck immigration, because who's going to look at their kid and be like, well, in 10 years, Johnny, maybe we can get into a country that isn't actively in a civil war.
Yeah, well, that might change soon. We'll see. Give it 3 years.
So it turns out, if you want to change things, we actually can win.
So we're talking about QAnon takedown in Sequim, Washington?
Yep. Historic Port City fought back against a QAnon takeover.
Ah, yes.
Nobody was paying attention to who was on the city council, because who gives a fuck?
This was
And
the
they
Freeman
got a
movement
bunch of cute
previously.
cards in there,
Yeah.
right?
They
Who were
Nazis
bringing
have
on
done
all
this
their
too.
buddies,
Yeah.
and
A group of idiots move to an ultra small town and can easily take it over.
Yeah. Anyway, so they snuck onto the city council when nobody was watching, right? And then they appointed their friends to government, resulted in the most right-wing people you could imagine running the city. So, Richards joined with other concerned residents who had started the Sequim Good Governance League, which was primarily intended to protect the city manager, right, who was not one of the Q-tards. But anyway, he was forced into retirement, and the group said, fine, no problem. We'll recruit us some candidates, and we'll run against them. So anyway, the existing divides in the city coalesced around an opioid treatment clinic under development at the Jamestown Skellum tribe. Social media battles erupted over mask mandates, support for militia-linked candidates, homeless fears. Anyway.
Yep.
The voters overwhelmingly rejected the Q-tards.
Excellent.
So it is possible.
Way to go, voters. No, that's the thing with the crazy
Show
rules
the
about
voters
voting.
what the
Yep.
Republicans want.
Oh, and this is a good chance for us to start migrating some Democrats away from Souls to the Polls is a great program. I have got to find a different way to organize it.
Yeah.
Because then we can start going after churches for some of the nonsense they're getting into. Because they're violating the nonpartisanness of their pulpit.
Yep.
But they also get to hide behind some of the good things our religios do.
Yeah.
So, Republican Carla Richburg of Texas has resolutions fueled by lies and hate. Tell me about these. This sounds delightful.
So, her number one is that all in any educational curriculum, lectures, and classroom teaching that pertains to, alludes to, or anything that is of a sexual nature shall be banned and prohibited from primary and secondary grades during, before, and after school programs.
What are they talking about? Sexual.
Small government conservatism, small enough to fit in your kids' pants.
Absolutely.
That they want
So
somebody
no
to
sex
start looking over the
education.
schools. Yeah.
First and second graders don't get sex. What are they talking about?
You're talking about primary and secondary schools. which
Wait,
is
you're talking
K-12.
elementary and middle school.
Yeah.
Primary and secondary is K-12.
Yeah.
Every place I've ever been.
So we're talking elementary school, middle school, and high school.
Yes.
Oh, that's just fucking stupid as shit.
Yep.
I thought we were talking first and second grade here. I'm like, what the fuck
This
are they
is
talking
just
about?
children. It's about having someone, right, some prissy human being look through what the schools are going to teach.
Oh, absolutely.
So then they can be offended.
And there's no shortage of prissy human beings
yeah.
in the
pinch-faced people nobody wants to fuck who want to control who everybody fucks.
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, but if you don't teach kids about this stuff, they hit a point where they start getting
They teach
feeling.
themselves.
Alabama was happy being the state with the only growing population of AIDS-positive teenagers. They don't give a shit. There is no ideology in there other than power. Not anymore. There might
You're
have
looking
been
for a
once.
rational reason
Yeah.
behind their edicts.
Your
And they're-
brain
Okay, so
runs
what you
on
have to understand is that we will have these conversations for years to come, and
Yeah.
I will always look for some
Yeah.
sort of logic because it's
This
just
is
how
why
I'm
evil will always
hardwired.
win, because good is
You're look-
inherently
You're
stupid.
looking in the wrong place.
No, I'm not saying I think you're stupid. I'm saying you want it to be logical because your brain runs on logic. Theirs runs on the accumulation of power and status.
Right.
This is social climbers
And
as
remember,
a party.
their most important thing is to kick down and hurt those who are less able to defend
How
themselves.
the fuck else do you know you have power?
Right. All medical mandates will be prohibited, including medical pandemic, epidemics, and all deemed medical emergencies.
Sure.
And Texas will block all federal authority on medical mandates of any kind.
Good. I hope y'all die.
I had the same thought. It's more power to you.
Fucking do it.
Yep.
Do it. I dare you. Give me the button. I'll do it for you. Fuck.
Hold on, I
It's
gotta
worse
find out how
than
many
that,
teachers
right.
there are in the United States.
So we got some KN90. We got some N95 masks today. We originally had some N95s. They were old
We had some
dust masks.
KN95.
No, we had some original
Yeah.
N95s, but they were left over from dust environments and so forth, and they were pretty crappy and they wore out. Then we've been using KN95s. That's all cool. The thing with the KN95 is you have to fit it more carefully because of the way it wears. So anyway, the KN95s we got,
Or the N95s, because the ones we got are just, yeah.
N95s we got, have an exhalation valve.
Oh, fuck.
So actually, no, I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah,
'cause
hope you're vaccinated and wearing a mask, motherfucker.
yeah. I mean, this is the Republican way, right? I'll look after me, you look after you. Put
Devil
on
take
your
the
mask,
hindmost,
don't put
right?
on your mask. I don't give a shit. I'm protected.
If you're worthy, God won't let you get sick.
And I probably won't wear mine any place in public. I'll wear the KN95.
Oh,
and
done.
be
Nope,
good.
done. Lefties, gather together and homeschool your kids. Sorry, the 3.5 million public school teachers who just got unemployed. Get in line first because you'll be ahead of the insurance company's
There you
employees.
Do you know how easy it is to homeschool children?
Oh,
I had to do it for
Creepily easy because
a
yeah.
week with my stepsons, and literally the school sent us work. And right now you can do it online, right? So you can go online and you can sign your kid up for online schooling. And what we did was we did 2 or 3 subjects in the morning. We'd have lunch, and then we do the rest of them, and they do their homework or
The
whatever.
reason the
And
school day is the length
it
it
was
is
awesome.
it's daycare for minor children and prison training for the children themselves.
When Asshole was homeschooled, it was difficult to find a curriculum
Yeah.
that was real.
yeah.
As you look in it,
This
you
was one
find
of the-
curriculums that were designed to keep kids from questioning the wisdom of God, unquote.
Yeah.
And just over and over and over and over. I'm just
This was an
curriculum.
you guys
early-
can't see. I have an absolutely horrified look on my face right now.
They were an early victim of the 1970s push for homeschooling, so the religious could teach, so the religious could have their children at home to make them not very smart.
No, but think of how much more you could teach your kid so much
abso-fucking-lutely.
faster because you can take them to the
Socialization, that's the
aquarium.
other important thing about school.
Yes.
You can take him to the aquarium and such. And I remember I took my son out of school for a day so I could take him to the Boston Aquarium. And I was posting pictures and stuff. And one of his friend's parents was like, shouldn't he be in school? I was like, he's fucking learning.
Yes.
Here's the
What do
finger.
you want?
Surprisingly, Alabama was actually incredibly good at it and had some fairly sensible things, at least partially, I assume, because of all those rocket Nazis they stuffed on the mountaintop.
Yeah.
That homeschool kids in Alabama could go on any school trip their school district was going on.
Yeah.
You'd have to pay whatever you paid, but
Right.
Yeah.
then yeah.
No, they worked, and they could use the recreational facilities and so forth.
Yeah.
Anyway, we found a curriculum that was designed for U.S. Foreign Service families who were someplace where there was no English school, right? And then they could teach their kids at home.
No, nice.
So it was actually an excellent curriculum.
Yeah.
It wasn't cheap, but it was superb. Almost had the name of it. Anyway.
I'd say not
so
to
let's
say
go
it if you
on
can't pull them up quickly.
Right. So let's go on with the Texas Republicans' visions for Texas.
God.
Ban all abortions of any kind.
Excuse me.
See, I was going to jokingly say barefoot and pregnant, but
Yeah, that's kind of their way. Transgender identifications will not be recognized by state and local authorities. The identification for all official documents will be based upon the original biological indicators of gender. Who the fuck cares? Why would you write this down again? It's just kick down. Find somebody and kick them.
and you wonder why people are
No,
bothered.
You
This
wonder
is-
why people
this
call you
is-
racists and bigots.
This is fucking horrible, religious bullshit getting mixed into state and governments, and it's just fucking,
Behold the American Taliban.
yeah. No, these people.
Sorry, GWAT troops, not only did you fail to achieve objectives, you brought it home with you?
These people are disgusting.
Not all of you, but
The ones who go with this, okay? The people who follow this type of bullshit
Oh, yeah.
are disgusting and I don't really feel like they're human, because to be human means you have to have empathy.
you got eliminationist quick tonight.
Yeah, sort of.
I did personally.
what I'm
I
certainly
do
willing
not
to
speak
say
for
is-
BoomerRex
I'm not
tonight
throwing
as a
any
whole.
They're
rocks,
but-
un-American to the point that it makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah. No, I don't
I would not-
understand.
These are people whose hand I would not
What
shake if
class
their
did they
hand were
miss?
proffered.
What?
Right.
These,
that I would
these are
not stay in
people
the
I
room
would
with once
spit
I
on
later.
if I had COVID. I would.
Yeah.
I would go to jail for it. It'd be fucking worth it. Fuck y'all. Oh, gross.
Also,
Oh,
you extra have to wear a mask when we go outside. Hannibal Lecter or N95.
I am
takes your
very
pick.
good about wearing my mask.
I know. Only so you can mouth swear words at people.
That is true. Yeah, guys, check out the Facebook. It's hysterical. I've been really rocking the memes lately.
All homosexual marriages will be considered as civil unions. The word marriage
Cool.
will not be referenced in all official documents.
Cool, but they're
Hey.
not
Again,
stopping it. That's
Why
fucking...
the fuck do you care?
That's
Well,
the
they can't
first step.
stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with
Make
that.
them illegal, but you have to report it, and it's not actually enforced. Just take the Texas abortion law, change some words. I'll bet. Don't tell them what to do. You're not their oppression supervisor.
They're gonna sue you for using the word marriage when you're talking about a gay couple.
Oh God, that'd be so funny.
All Chinese
love to go to
nationals will be
fucking
considered
court over
spies and will be
What the fuck?
forcibly...
No, you're making that up.
Stop.
Oh,
That's-
I'm not.
Hold
That's
on,
point
hold on,
seven.
hold on, hold
This
on.
is Carla Richburg.
Stop. I need you to repeat that. Don't interrupt him.
Sorry.
Say that one more fucking time. Hold on.
All Chinese nationals will be considered spies and will be forcibly removed from the United States of America.
Wait. They cannot remove people from the United States. They can remove them from Texas, but they cannot remove them
they can
from the
remove them
United
from the United
States.
States. Just drive south from Texas and
Push them out the door.
Including all businesses, schools, and universities.
And
All
so
travel
obviously
and work
this is going
visas will be
nowhere, but
considered null and void.
somebody wanted to stake out the crazy
Well,
end of
this
the
is
pool.
Carla Richburg. She's a Texan and a re-thug and
God
scum of the
damn.
earth.
Is there any more? This is fucking horrifying. Horrifying.
No, this is the Republican Party.
Unmasked.
You keep telling me that there are normal Republicans left, and I dare you to find me one. You
I
could vote
I
for
already
Donald
told
Trump.
you.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
I-
Or at least who they're willing to stand next to.
I'm
and
sorry, that was cruel. I won't do it again.
No, I do know people who are Republicans who don't believe in these extremities, but
Do they vote for
but
Donald Trump?
that's
Then they enable these,
yes,
and they're
but
guilty of it. And they
I
are
can't say
scum.
they're no, I will not say they're a scum. I will categorically fight you on that forever.
I will
So-
say this person likely told you that you need to be careful who your friends were because of guilt by association.
Nope.
I've never been told that.
Not to my memory, but
Okay.
if it was something that was said when I was younger, I probably
Don't hang around with them. They're the wrong crowd.
My people were less racist than that, but
No, that was like when I
downside of
had
doing too
when
much
I
of
had
the same
friends
is-
that were like druggies and like troublemakers and shit. Like, yeah, they would tell me like,
Yeah.
don't hang out with them, but it never stopped me, and they never made too big of a deal. It's not like I got grounded for hanging out with them. They just say probably just watch yourself when you're hanging out with them. You know.
Texas will wage war against all invaders into the Texas borders
and now
by
that we
deadly-
invade Texas.
by deadly force.
Oh yeah, no, that's cool.
Cool.
Internet, so
Wait, wait,
help me
wait.
God, I
Hold
need
on.
the airship right now.
Hold on. Doesn't Texas have a stand your ground law?
I'm
Yeah,
sure it
probably.
does.
Fuck, we can just walk up on these motherfuckers, push them once, and then shoot them. It's fine.
I mean, I don't
That
think
happened in Florida, and it was cool.
I don't think it applies to drones, so it's going to be harder for my plan. But I like your thinking. Don't stand your ground, people in Texas, for fun.
Unless it's against these Republican shitheads, in which case, fucking, I endorse you. Fucking do it. Fuck them.
Just scum of the earth. I'm so tired of this shit.
Yeah.
And by the way, her name is
Carla Richburg. you
Yeah,
say?
Carla.
Carla
Richie.
Richburg. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is her vision for Texas and obviously for America.
So if you're in Texas and you don't believe in this shit, fucking don't vote for this bitch. She's fucking crazy.
Don't vote for any Republican for any office.
Yeah, at
This
the
is
national
what
level,
they stand for.
at the national level, they did just say their party thinks that what happened on January 6th was part of.
Legitimate political discourse.
Yep,
Yeah, because shitting and pissing everywhere is always part of legitimate.
it's the stealing the
discourse.
podium for me.
Yeah.
It's the zip ties for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, then the cops who were battered and sprayed with bear spray and the
it's the fact that Millie's still a
armed
general
insurrection.
somehow.
Beaten with their own blue.
I don't
line
know
flags.
I don't know
Yeah.
how a lieutenant in the National Guard didn't just go, boys, we're gonna go do Mogadishu drills for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Let's go see if that crowd has
Move
guns
on, 'cause
by
I'm
shooting
just kinda
tomahawk.
sick to my stomach.
oh my God.
Portland, Oregon,
And a
Oregon's
Nazi
mayor
for America.
bans homeless camps near a highway, but does not provide safer spots.
Apparently
what you guys are
not.
talking
They're-
about.
They really do seriously appear to be using, and there's no data to support it. Right. Yeah, there have been some pedestrian deaths. Were they in any way related to the homeless camps near the thoroughfares? No data, none, zero, zip. And the camps have, not barbed wire. They have chain link.
Yeah.
Along the major thoroughfare. So anyway, no, this is the standard. Ban the homeless, and then they'll be out of sight, and
Hey,
nobody will
Out
worry
of sight,
about
out of
it.
mind.
Wasn't
yeah.
that pretty much the model for our war on poverty?
That's what they did in New York.
How it ended up being a war on poor people?
The city team, already charged with removing unsanctioned campsites, will prioritize the removal of campsites from high traffic areas. The team
So
will-
they're not just removing them from high traffic areas; they're removing them from high traffic areas and.
The
Okay.
team will
Well, they don't know where they're going next.
the people in the team will offer people in the camps information about shelter options.
What, like
You mean all those shelters that get filled up every night, which is why they live outside, or the ones where they get robbed and assaulted in them because they're not safe or protected in any manner,
No.
or those ones that are like just you have to be there by a certain time, and if you're not there, they don't let you in even if they have room.
or pray to their God to get any of their services.
So again,
or-
this is Portland, Oregon, right? That's just, shoving out the homeless, ban them.
So a hippie city in a state founded as a white enclave.
Yeah, well, we'll see. but that's what it appears to be right now. So fuck them.
Oh yeah.
And why are they in high traffic areas? Because they need to walk to a Walmart, you bigoted cocksucker. Why are they? I apologize. I'll take that back. You bigoted asshole. Yeah, well, my boomerness is showing.
I know. It's
Um,
fabulous though, because I like watching your little brain grow.
Yeah.
No, because you did
Because
it
they
on your
need to
own.
walk to Walmart, right? Because they need to be near some restaurant anywhere that'll let them in to use the bathroom.
Electricity to charge their phones. Yeah, no, it's the
No, it's like we were talking about the other day where, crime started cracking down on, like, people are homeless and they have to pee outside. Now you're in jail for indecent exposure. And
San Francisco spent millions of dollars to invent a kind of paint that blows urine back on you.
It splatters it back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's extra hydrophobic. Just to make peeing on
No,
buildings
that's
harder.
exactly what it is.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just shitty.
Anyway, no. So standard solution to the homeless. Just
just
make them illegal.
move them somewhere else.
No, just move them out of where they are.
Well, you're not even moving them. You're literally just pushing them out and being like, good luck,
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah. No,
By the way, here's a spot that's always full that you're never going to be able to get into, or here's a spot you don't want to go to because there's high assaults and they're going to steal all your shit, but here you go.
yeah. No, and you can be sure they'll be using bulldozers to get the tents down and so forth. It'll be great. But clearly it's a solution for homelessness.
Hey, you rich
Well,
people who have too much money and
point.
don't know what to do with,
I am
make a
horrified.
goddamn homeless city for these people or something.
And sorry for everybody on the day. Some homeless veteran loses his mind or her mind, hip 90s with it me, and realizes that their master's class in IEDs means that no one's driving a earth mover anywhere they don't want them to. No, that is not me being cute or anything else. That is right. I could see this
Someday
getting
you're
out of
gonna push
control.
people too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about dumbass of the day, even though I'm pretty sure
this
we
is
talked about
really
several already.
sad. I mean, I looked around. Dumbass du jour is supposed to be an award, right? I mean, you need
Something
to do
uniquely
really dumbass, right? And today, I'm sorry, but this is just a consolation.
Who's not the other guy?
prize, right? So today's dumbass du jour consolation prize, participation ribbon, goes to
Participation
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's calling for a nationwide moratorium on mask wearing for children. It's child abuse, she warns.
God, I wish I had a small child that I could walk around with a mask so that when people tried to report me to CDC, I could be like, well.
Yeah. They see adults
Now I'm going
go-
to sue you for false reporting or whatever.
They see adults go to work.
This.
If adults are going to work and their company is obeying the CDC guidelines, they're wearing masks.
Yeah.
They see adults go many places all over this country without a mask. Oh, and please God, let them all be Republicans. Come on. It's just, they're forced to wear the mask every single day, and it's wrong. It's child abuse. Standard Marjorie Taylor Greene nonsense, right? I mean, the least significant woman who's ever lived. And she's my dumbass du jour today. Ain't that sad?
No, that monster is just disappointing in just so many ways.
No, this is the problem. This is what taking gerrymandering too far guaranteed, right? The crazy and safe districts has to run further and further crazy, ever moving the Overton window. Either again, this is the part of me that annoys me from our side when we get into things like, they're trying to make stochastic violence, and like, trying to? No, making it probably.
Yeah.
Because you've got people yelling at people with their kids, like that's likely to escalate.
Yep. All right. So, you want an Omicron update?
Yeah.
Is there anything new?
Cases are down. Deaths are still rising. Remember, deaths is a trailing indicator. And there's a mysterious lineage of COVID-19 virus, which has a startling collection of mutations, and it's appeared in California's wastewater system.
Interesting.
So
Is it just sharing parts
hasn't
in the sewer?
It hasn't appeared in the wild. they're thinking there are two good possibilities. One of them is that immunocompromised or people with long COVID
Yeah.
are keeping it in their body so long it can mutate quite a bit. The other is the possibility that these are the pet versions of COVID, the little cats and dogs whose poop gets put down the toilet. Because
I hadn't thought of that. Yeah.
Anyway, just an
And having ever
interesting
trained a
thing.
cat to use a toilet.
Yeah, sure. Did you succeed?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not that difficult. You buy like a little
That fits in
pan
the-
and you just
Yeah.
pump out holes as, weekly or whatever, and eventually they learn how to squat over the potty.
Yep, cool.
And
My cat is fascinating. My cat, technology drives my cat wild.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that makes something appear or disappear,
Well,
my
whir and
cat
click.
is absolutely transfixed by the printer. It hears the printer go kerthunk, and the cat's right there and it's staring into the printer, waiting for the paper to appear by magic. And it's just the cat is just there, and oh my God, this is it just comes from nowhere, and then it's here, and
It's making this.
yeah. And of course, the shredder, which is just the exact opposite, and it hears me put a piece of paper in the shredder, and the cat comes running, and it tries to grab the paper and keep it from going into the shredder. And it's just making it go away. I don't understand. I've got to stop this. Yeah.
It's taking it where the red dots go.
And the toilet.
Fair.
Cat is transfixed by the fact that the toilet makes water go away.
yeah, Xerxes is more interested in the toilet than I'd like, but
Yeah.
At least
He's
now he's
not
got a
as
side
bad-
you won't fit.
he's not like Pecos, right? Where like Pecos will like attack you when you're trying to go to the
Oh, yeah,
bathroom.
'cause he wants to see.
I don't know what it is you guys do to him. He doesn't do this to me.
No, he doesn't
Did
do
you
it to
bat
me
him the
either.
first time he did?
I don't know.
He never tried to do it to me because I don't let him. He gets anywhere near me when I'm on the toilet, he
Yeah.
gets wet.
The only time we've really discussed anything was when I was trying to get toilet paper, and he's like, "I'll help." I'm like, "No, thanks, man." We have different definitions of that word.
That is why the loose end is on the backside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
Um,
they don't last long.
so you got a climate weirding update.
I've got a climate weirding update.
Let's talk about that quickly and call it a night.
Western Australian officials warn of extreme to catastrophic fire conditions. These are once in a decade kind of conditions that
Wow.
are recurring every year,
Yeah.
right? So again,
What was once
climate means nothing.
in a land long ago, far away.
Oh, yeah. No, but again, the whole point is that we have built a civilization that expects a certain climate, and that climate
He's
is
gone.
gone.
Yep.
And if you're really lucky, your new climate is not terribly dissimilar to your old climate.
You remember
And for
why
some
those
of us,
almanacs and
it's
shit?
nothing like your previous climate.
Nope.
Oh, shucks.
No, I can say I started noticing weird things when I was living in New Hampshire about 8 years ago, 10 years ago, when shit started, like, the winters and stuff that I remembered from a kid, right?
Yeah.
Growing up and all these things, suddenly it all started to shift and change, and fall was getting later, and spring was getting kind of earlier, and the winter was getting shorter but colder, and then there would be years we'd have less snow, like almost
snow,
nothing, more ice or slush and that kind of thing.
Yep.
And then there were years where we would get buried, just absolutely buried. And I was like, this is not the climate I grew up in. And I remember talking about it, and they were talking about climate change and stuff. And I was like, I'm really seeing more and more. And people are like, nah, you're just whatever.
Yep.
This has happened, blah, blah, blah. Not on this scale, it hasn't.
No.
No, and any of the easy throwaway stuff about the solar cycle and the rest, like those numbers don't account
For
for
any
the
of
change
this.
we've seen.
Yeah.
So anyway, this has been Just the News. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. We love you all. Hope you had a wonderful weekend.
Spend
We
money.
will-
We need an airship.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need to
seriously.
go talk to Texas about, well, the
Give us
drones.
the
we need to
dollar.
Talk to Texas
Hit up
about
our
some shit.
Patreon. We love you all. We'll see you back here tomorrow night on BoomerRexTonight.
Man, when you said hate and the other thing, I